everyone, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. Thank you so much for being here as always. I really appreciate your support, and if you're someone new, welcome to my channel. My name is Shraddha and this is my channel SHRADYSSTYLE. Here I share with you my makeup tips and tricks that I have learned throughout my years of using makeup. So I would really appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button and be a part of the family. So in my previous video, I recreated my mom's wedding look, which had only 3 makeup products. So easy, so simple, yet she looked so pretty. So click somewhere here up on the screen and that will directly take you to my previous video. I am Maharashtrian, so I thought it would be apt for me to create a Marathi bride look before I did any other bridal look. So in this video, I'm going to share with you all the makeup products that have stood the test of tears, lights, sweat, and everything that goes on at weddings. So these are really foolproof products that I really trust. So if you want to see how I create a beautiful Maharashtrian bride, please keep watching. So before you do anything for your wedding makeup wise, you want to make sure that your skin is nice and hydrated. So you either want to go for a nice hydrating facial or spa, or you can either use some of your home remedies. So what I like to do is put on like a sheet mask that is really hydrating, and I like to use this Garnier Skin Active Moisture Balm. Now once you're done with that, your skin still needs a lot of moisture because you're going to put on a lot of makeup and there's going to be a lot of touch-ups during the day. So you don't want your skin underneath all that makeup to feel really dry and itchy or anything. So you want to have as much as moisture as possible under your makeup. So what I'm going to do today is use this Sheer Envy Hydrating Mist. This has coconut in it and it's oil free, so it's really good. Now even before I apply my moisturizer, I'm going to apply a hydrating primer. I need a primer because I want all my pores to disappear, and applying a primer really smoothens out your skin and makes sure that your foundation and your concealer, everything applies seamlessly and they don't move. So I'm using this e.l.f. hydrating primer and I'm going to apply this all over my face. But if you don't want to apply a primer everywhere on your face, you can just concentrate on the areas where you tend to get oily or you tend to get sweaty and your makeup tends to move. Now it's going to feel a little slick, but believe me, a primer is so important for, big days, because it's just going to give you a nice even base to work on later. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my moisturizer, which is my Neutrogena oil free. Now the next thing that I'm going to use is this Clinique Custom Repair Serum as an under eye serum. I want to keep the under eye really nice and hydrated because that is the first place that my concealer or my makeup starts to crease. So I really want to keep that hydrated, and the reason why the makeup starts to crease there first is because the skin right below your eyes is really delicate and sensitive. So you want to make sure it's nice and hydrated, and using a serum under your eyes also prevents fine lines and wrinkles, so why not? And I'm also going to take it right in my inner corner because a lot of times that area is really neglected. The next thing that we're going to apply is foundation, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a really long lasting foundation, and for me it's the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. This is an amazing foundation. You don't need too much and it has amazing coverage, so that's what you need on a wedding day, right? So after I apply my foundation, I want my skin to look nice and healthy and glowy. So I'm going to add some illumination to my skin. So I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illuminating Cream. Now the next step is concealing, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. And this is one of those products where you don't need a lot of it and it gives insane amount of coverage. So the next thing after applying concealer is to set that in place, and today I'm actually going to bake my under eyes because I want the concealer to be there, just like sealed in its place throughout the day. So I'm going to use the Airspun loose powder, and I'm using the Real Techniques beauty blender. I'm using this because it has a nice flat side, so it really would help me place that loose powder where I want to, and make sure that it will seal that concealer in place. Now, one advice while baking your under eyes is that if you have really dry under eyes, you don't want to bake them for really long, because that would defeat the purpose of hydrating it in the first place, and you would really be able to see those fine lines appear from under your concealer or your makeup. So you don't want to bake them for really long. So while our under eyes are baking, I'm going to work on my eyes, and I'm going to start off by filling in my brows. So as usual, you've seen me do this a million times. I'm going to use my Maybelline Brow Define and fill in and define my brows. Now when you're working on your eyes for a wedding or a really important event, you want to use an eyeshadow primer. Next, I'm taking this transition shade on a blending brush again, and I'm going to put it right in my crease. Now I'm taking this lighter mauve shade on the same blending brush, and again applying it on my crease to just darken it up a little bit. Next, I'm taking a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush and this darkest maroon shade from this palette, and I'm going to concentrate it right on the outsides of my eye. So if you want your eyeshadow game to look on point, you want to make sure that you're blending it really well. You want to start off by little amounts of eyeshadow, blend it in, and then build it as you like. So like you saw, I started off with a really small amount. I'm using this round blending motions to blend my eyeshadow in. I think now it's time to take that bake off because I don't want my under eyes to get really dry. Next, I'm using this light iridescent shade from the palette on my finger, and I'm just going to pop this on the middle of my eye. You want your eyes to look nice and bright. You don't want to go for any smoky eye for your wedding. I think this looks really pretty and subtle. So I wasn't too perfect with my eyeliner because we are going to apply some false lashes. I mean, come on. It's a wedding look, so we need some false lashes. So I'm going to apply my Adele Demi Wispies and be right back. Okay, so I have my lashes on, and you can see what a big difference false lashes can make to your look. So next, we're going to apply some blush, and this is probably my favorite step because applying blush gives such a nice color and, you know, that glowy freshness to your skin. Next, it's time to apply some highlight, and usually I kind of go crazy, not to look like a disco ball, but I do apply some generous amount of highlight on my face. But since this is a wedding look, we don't want to go really crazy with our highlight because let's face it, you are going to have some flash photography and you don't want certain areas of your face to look brighter than the rest of your face. Now you want to make sure that whatever highlight you use, it doesn't have chunks of glitter. It's just a regular powdered highlight, like something like this, because if you do have chunks of glitter, they are going to show up more than the other products that you use because they don't blend as well as the powdered highlight. So just something to keep in mind. Now, because this is a Marathi bridal look, Marathi brides have these red and white dots above their eyebrows. So I'm going to use my Wet n Wild lipstick that I used in my previous video when I was recreating my mom's wedding look. And to draw on the white dots as before, I'm using some acrylic paint that I found at the craft store. Lastly, for lipstick, I'm using the same Wet n Wild red liquid matte lipstick. So this is the finished look. After putting on those red and white dots above my eyebrows, I put on some red bindi. I changed into like a traditional Indian attire. I put on some jewelry. This is a golden necklace and some earrings. I put on this headpiece which is actually called mundavya, and brides in my hometown wear this for their wedding. So yeah, I really enjoyed creating this Marathi bride wedding look. This was so much fun to do, and I want to wish all the to-be brides out there best wishes and have a really happy wedding life. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends and brides to be. And if you haven't already, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button down below. And until then, take good care of yourself, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. So glad to have you back here. If you're someone new, welcome. My name is Shraddha and this is my channel SHRADYSSTYLE, where I share with you all my makeup tips and tricks that I have learned throughout the years of using makeup. And I would love to have you as a subscriber, so please hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't. So if you watched my previous two videos, they were all on the same theme, that is wedding. If you haven't watched me recreate my mom's wedding look, please click somewhere up on the screen, as well as I created like my version of traditional Marathi bride. So if you haven't watched both of those videos, please click somewhere on the screen and it'll take you directly to that video. So I've actually created a list of all the products that I want to talk to you about. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone and I've written down what product I want to talk about. All the makeup tools, I love using all my brushes and my beauty blender. These are all dirty now because I used it for another video, but having good quality brushes is so important, because these are the tools that you'll be using to apply your makeup. Even if you have like the most expensive foundation or the most expensive eyeshadow palette, if you don't have good quality brushes, they won't apply well, they won't blend well, and at the end of the day, they won't look good on you. So having good quality brushes is really important. Next is skincare. Now it's so important to take care of your skin before the big day. It's really important that your skin is hydrated from within to handle all the makeup that you're going to apply on the big day. So number one, have lots and lots of water leading up to the big day so that you have as much as moisture and hydration in your skin. No amount of makeup can give you that glow that hydrated skin gives you. Or you can either use sheet mask. Now I love sheet masks, and I have this Garnier Skin Active sheet mask. It's a moisture bomb, and trust me, this gives so much hydration to your skin. Your skin will literally thank you. You just need to apply this for like 15-20 minutes and then take it off and rub that serum in, and it leaves your skin feeling really moisturized and hydrated. The next thing is using like a hydrating spray or mist. So what I like to use is this hard candy hydrating spray mist. It has coconut water in it. It feels so cooling and so hydrating. I love using this. And then for primer, I like to use the e.l.f. hydrating primer. Now e.l.f. has so many types of these primers for different purposes. I can't even remember, but this one is really my favorite. It's the hydrating kind, and you definitely need as much hydration as possible on your big day. So don't forget, water, hydrating masks, hydrating serums, everything that says hydrating is a must. Now moving on to actual makeup products. Starting off with foundation. Now you need something which is really long lasting and has absolutely insane amount of coverage. So I love this Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way, and this has amazing amount of coverage. Now to pair that foundation with an even amazing concealer, Tarte Shape Tape. I use it all the time, and this is again a similar kind of product that you don't require a lot of. It has amazing coverage and stays all day. Alright, moving on to setting powder. In my previous video where I did the Indian Marathi bride, I used this air spun loose face powder. I love how this smells. This smells like baby powder, and I love the smell of baby powder. So what I like to do is I use my Real Techniques face sponge, and using the flat side, I would just dip this in powder and then apply it on my under eyes and like let it bake for 10 to 15 minutes and then just wipe it off with a bare brush. You know how you can get your ordinary makeup products stay on your face for a long time? Combine your cream products with powdered products. So as you've seen me do a million times before, this is my Fenty Beauty matte stick in the shade Truffle, and I use this as a contouring slash bronzer stick. So I would apply this wherever I want to chisel out my cheeks, bring some color to my forehead and all those places, and then I blend this out with a brush, and then I top it off with this contouring powder. This is by Wet n Wild. This combined with my cream stick is the best combination. Now this works even for blushes and highlights. You apply your cream blush or cream highlight and then top it off with a powder product. That product is going nowhere. Now moving on to eyes. Now I have pretty thick eyebrows and I groom them every 2 to 3 days. And as you've seen me do a gajillion times, I like to use my Maybelline Brow Define Duo. I've raved about this so many times that I don't even want to talk about this. This is my favorite product hands down, and I love using this as my brow product. Now because I use my Maybelline Brow Define, which has a waxy side on one end, I don't really use any product to set it in place. But if you're someone who uses a powdered product to fill in your brows or define your brows, you want to set that in place with an eyebrow gel. Now when it comes to doing your actual eye makeup, like for your face, you need an eyeshadow primer. I cannot stress this enough. An eyeshadow base, an eyeshadow primer is so important. It sets a clean slate for the other eyeshadow colors to stick onto. They blend really well and they won't crease on you. So I like to use my NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Skin Tone, and this has worked so well for me. I like to top this off with like an eyeshadow which is similar to my skin tone, and any eyeshadow I apply on top of it doesn't crease, blends so well and stays on my eyes for a very long time. Now moving on to actual eyeshadows. You want an eyeshadow palette that has a good transition shade, has a good highlight, and has colors that match the dress that you're wearing on the big day. The most important thing is to have a waterproof eyeliner, because let's face it, it's a wedding. There will be tears, there'll be so many lights, you'll be sweating. So you do need an eyeliner that wouldn't budge from your upper lash line. And if you want to make your eyeliner last for a really long time, use the same trick like you do for other cream products. Top it off with a powdered product. So what I like to do is once I apply my cream gel liner on my upper lash line, I would top it off with the same dark shade of an eyeshadow, and I never have a problem of it smearing or disappearing from my upper lash line. Now, if you're someone who likes to wear false lashes, by all means wear it. But make sure that you or someone who's going to be along with you the whole day has a tube of eyelash glue. Because in my experience, if you wear false lashes for a very long time, it tends to separate from the ends. So you really want to have the eyelash glue handy so that you can fix that at any time. You also want to make sure that your mascara is waterproof. I cannot stress it enough how important it is to have your eyeliner and your mascara waterproof. Because your eyes will water, your mascara will run off, you look like a panda. Who wants to look like a panda on their wedding day? Nobody. So important. Have your eye products, at least the eyeliner and mascara, you need to have them waterproof. How much ever pain in it is to get it off, I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it. Now, lipstick and lip liner are something that is really a personal choice. If you want to go with the traditional red lip, this is a really nice choice. It is a pain to get off. It is going to smear everywhere when you try to wash it off your face. I have used this in my previous videos. This product dries down and it's like a permanent marker. It doesn't come off. I absolutely love this if you want to go for that traditional trademark red lipstick. But if you have your own choice in lipsticks, if you want to go for a nude lip, I mean, for a wedding, why would you go for a nude lip? But you know, it's your choice. I mean, it's your lip, it's your big day. And the most important thing of all, your makeup will run away from your face if you don't set it well. You need a setting spray. Now, this is a matte setting spray, and I want to stress it over and over again that you should have a matte setting spray. I would highly recommend this hard candy matte setting spray. It locks your makeup in place, and in spite of the weather, the lights, the tears or whatever, your makeup is not going anywhere. And last but not the least are these oil absorbing sheets or blotting sheets. These are so important to keep handy. For me at least, I tend to start getting sweaty right around my T-zone, and you don't want to go in and fix your makeup every now and then. These sheets are so amazing. You just need to blot them off and you'll take all of the excess oil away, and you don't need to go and touch up your makeup again and again. So these were all the products that I think are really important to have on your big day. These are good, long-lasting, high-coverage products. I've used them. I can vouch for them. They are really amazing. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. And on that note, I'll see you in my next one. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the wedding preparations. And I shall see you in my next one. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. So glad to have you here, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shraddha, and this is of course SHRADYSSTYLE, where I share with you my makeup tips and tricks and oftentimes makeup tutorials. So I would really appreciate if you click that subscribe button down below and join all my madness out here. So in today's video, I really want to address this stigma that surrounds makeup, that, you know, a boy or a girl, they wear makeup just because they want to hide their real self, or, you know, they want to put on a mask to impress somebody. But that's not what makeup truly is. For me at least, makeup is really something that boosts my inner confidence. I mean, of course, it's really important that you accept your real self, you have that inner beauty, you embrace that. But I don't think there's anything wrong in enhancing that beauty by applying makeup. So I'm calling this video Power of Makeup because I really want to show you how makeup can really enhance yourself, and I'm going to glam up half of my face and leave the other of my face like God made it, bare, no makeup, no moisturizer, nothing. So before I start off with my makeup, I like to clean up my face completely and get rid of all the makeup residue that might be on my face. So before doing my makeup, I like to hydrate and moisturize my skin. So I'm going to use my coconut spray from Hard Candy and spray it to the half of my face where I'll be applying makeup. Next, I'm applying some primer by e.l.f. This is also a hydrating primer. And finally going in with my Neutrogena moisturizer. Next for foundation, I'm taking the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. I really love this foundation because you really don't need a lot of it. It actually oxidizes on your skin, so that's why it looks a little lighter at first and then completely matches with your skin tone. Next for concealer, I'm using another similar kind of product of which you don't need a lot and again gives you great amount of coverage. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in medium. Do you see what difference it makes? Like, it covers all my flaws, all my spots, everything. And to set the concealer, I'm going to use my Airspun Loose Powder and this Real Techniques sponge. This is just to set the concealer and seal it in place so that you don't get any creases or wrinkles and your concealer is sealed in place. I'm going to leave the loose powder on my concealer for some time so that it really absorbs it in my skin and my concealer doesn't move or crease. Next, I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer by NYX. It's called Skin Tone. If you have trouble with eyeshadow showing up on your eyelids, I would suggest using an eyeshadow primer because it really cancels out all those veins on your eyelids, and trust me, those eyeshadows will really show up nice and true to color on your eyelids. Today I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition eyeshadow palette, and I'm starting off with the shade Sandalwood, and I'm going to apply this in my crease as a transition shade. Next, I'm taking this shade called Bossy, which is a nice mauve shade, and concentrating in my crease. Next, I'm going in with the shade Man Eater with a sort of defined brush. I'm going to concentrate this on the outer thirds of my eye. Next, I'm taking this textured shadow called Fling. This is so pigmented and so pretty. I couldn't wait to use this palette. So I'm concentrating this on the inner 2/3 of my eye. Then I'm just going to take a blending brush and just buff those edges of the textured shadow so that it doesn't look harsh. Next, I'm taking the shade Angelic with an accent brush and just popping that on my inner corners. I'm taking the shade Bay and just popping it on my brow bone as a highlight. Next, I'm taking the shade Black Truffle to just add some darkness on my outer corner. I'm taking the tape off to see my wing. You see how easy it was to create that winged look without any extra effort. Then I'm just taking a beauty blender again and just blending the areas where I had the tape on. Next, I'm going to take my black eyeliner and line my upper lash line to create that nice cat eye that I was going for. So while my liquid liner is drying on my upper lash line, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. And you've seen me do it a million times, so I'm just going to skip through this step. Next, I'm going to apply some false lashes. These are number 1 by Kiss. And then I'm going to top it off with a coat of my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Next, it's time to contour and chisel those cheekbones. So I'm using my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. I'm then gonna line my waterline with this L'Oreal Silkissimi Gel Eyeliner. And I'm lastly applying my Maybelline Falsies Push-Up Drama on my lower lashes. Lastly, for my lips, I'm using this Bare Minerals liquid lipstick in the shade OMG. This smells so good. It smells like chocolate brownies. Wow. So here you have it, guys. This is my version of power of makeup. I hope now you look at makeup from a different perspective. It's not something that people just slap on their faces to impress someone else or put on a mask and hide their true self-identity. It's more often than not people trying to boost their inner confidence. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you've not yet, please hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. I hope you're all having a great day, and thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm sharing with you a look that would be perfect if you're attending one of the many weddings that will happen during the wedding season. So if you want to know how I got this look, please keep watching. So here's my bare raw skin without any makeup or product on it. So I'm starting with moisturizing my face. So I'm using this Hard Candy Hydrating Mist and spraying it all over my face and letting it sink in my skin. Next, to hydrate my under eyes, I'm using this Clinique eye serum. I'm taking like a drop of this and dabbing it under my eyes and then gently rubbing it into my skin. Next, to really wake me up, I'm using the Garnier Eye Roll-On. This is such an amazing product. It's so cooling and soothing. I just love how it feels on my skin. It's just the best. And finally, to moisturize the rest of my face, I'm using the Neutrogena Oil Free, and as always, dabbing it all over my skin and rubbing it gently into the skin. Awesome! So feeling nice and hydrated. Next, I'm quickly gonna go and define and fill in my brows, and once I do that, I'm gonna move on to my eyes. So I'm first using this NYX's eyeshadow base in the shade Skin Tone, and once I dab it all over my eyelids, I'm gonna set it in place using the shade called Bay from the Huda Beauty palette. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to be working on my outer V and my crease. So I'm going to take this purple shade from the Smashbox palette, and I'm going to build up that shade in my crease and the outer V. So like I've told you before, because this is like a darker, deeper shade, you want to take your time and work with it. Now for the fun part, I am going to cut my crease today. So I just took my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and a flat eyeshadow brush, and first I'm going to start building that shape of the cut crease. So I'm sort of just outlining the shape in which I want to cut my crease, and once I'm satisfied with the shape, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my entire lid area with the concealer. I'm actually applying 2 coats of that concealer because I want that cut crease to be really intense and defined. Now moving on to the fun part, I'm using this eyeshadow pigment from NYX, and this was a perfect match to my neon orange outfit that I was going to wear for the wedding. So I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush again and slowly building up that shade on my entire eyelid. I'm taking my time and really building up that shade on my eyelid, and now taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just buffing those edges so nothing looks harsh. Also gonna go back and forth with a more defined brush and that purple shade to really intensify the outer V and my crease. Then I'm gonna highlight under my brow bone using the shade called Moon Dust from the Huda Beauty palette. Next, I'm going to take this NYX eyeliner in the shade Deep Blue, and I'm going to pop this under my lower lash line. And taking this Maybelline's eyeliner in the shade Striking Copper, I'm popping it right in my waterline to just pop that entire orange shade on my eyes. Now to really take that eye look to the next level, I'm using this NYX's liquid liner in the shade Extreme Blue. This is such an amazing liquid eyeliner. Once the shade dries down, it turns into this awesome bright blue shade. It really changes the whole eye look. I really love it. Now I'm adding some false lashes, so I'm using number 1 by Kiss. And now for mascara, I'm using my favorite CoverGirl Clump Crusher. If you watched my previous videos, you know how much I love this mascara. So I'm just going to apply a generous coat of this on my upper lashes to really blend my fake and natural lashes together. So before I move on to the next eye, I'm gonna hydrate myself and have some orange juice. And once I'm done with the other eye, I'm working on my lower lash line. So I'm taking that purple shade from the Smashbox palette on a flat angled brush and I'm smudging that under my lower lash line. I'm also going to use like a fluffier eyeshadow brush and just smudge that lower lash line and that purple eyeshadow. I'm now going to move on to my face. So I'm taking this red lipstick from Wet n Wild and using this like a color correcting product. So I'm actually dabbing that red lipstick under my eyes and just melting it in my skin with the warmth of my fingers. It really cancels out any darkness or dark spots under my eyes. And I'm then taking my Tarte Shape Tape concealer directly on top of that color correcting product. This way I know that I'm getting the maximum punch and coverage out of that concealer, and I'm gonna conceal and highlight all of those places that I usually do, like under my eyes, on the top of my nose, my forehead, and of course blending all of that in with my damp beauty blender. And as always for foundation, I'm using the Kat Von D Locket and a Real Techniques face brush. I'm dotting it all over my face and then blending it right into my skin. I have raved about this foundation for so long, I don't even think I need to mention it anymore. I'm then setting all of that face stuff with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Face Powder. Next, I'm going to contour and chisel out those cheekbones. So I'm using this cream contouring stick from Fenty Beauty called Truffle. I'm also taking this on the sides of my face and on the sides of my nose. This is an amazing technique if you want your nose to look slimmer than it actually is. So I'm just taking that cream contour stick on the sides of my nose, blending it in, and that way it looks slimmer than it actually is. And what you want to do next is actually highlight the center of your nose. So whenever you highlight or apply light shades on areas of your face, those areas will really stand out and look bigger than they usually are, if that makes sense. I'm setting that cream contour with the contouring powder from my Wet n Wild Duo. I'm doing the same things for my nose contour, and like I said earlier, I'm going to highlight the center of my nose. So I'm using the highlighting powder from that same duo and really highlighting the center of my face, and this really gives the appearance that I have had a nose job and my nose looks slimmer than it is, but I have actually just contoured it. Next for blush, I'm using this cheek shade from the Smashbox palette. It's a really nice dusty rosy blush. And for highlight, I'm actually using the shade called Shimmer from the same Smashbox palette on an e.l.f. face brush, and I'm really highlighting like the highest points of my face. That would be like the tops of my cheeks, the sides of my face, above my brows. I really want these areas to pop and really stand out on my face, so that's what I'm doing here. Lastly, to complete my eyes, I'm coating my lower lashes with the CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. The wand on this mascara makes it so easy to like really highlight those lower lashes. Lastly, for lipstick, I'm using the shade called OMG from Bare Minerals. I absolutely loved this lipstick. It's such a nice bright pink shade. I think because this look is so festive and bright, this lipstick really helped in bringing the whole look together, and I absolutely loved it. Finally, to set that face in place, I'm using the Hard Candy Matte Setting Spray. So here you have it, guys. This is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed watching me create this amazing wedding guest makeup look. If you happen to recreate this look, don't forget to tag me on your social media posts. I would really love to check out your creations of this look. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, share it with all of your friends. It would really mean a lot to me. And please subscribe to my channel for more fun and awesome videos like these. On that note, take good care of yourselves, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye! Hey everyone, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. So glad to have you back here. I hope you're all having a great day, and thank you so much for being here. So you might have probably read the title of this video, and yes, today I am going to discuss with you some $1 makeup products. Now I did a similar kind of video last year where I did show you certain $1 makeup products from Dollar Tree and Dollar General, and yeah, some of them were good, some of them were great, and some of them like really sucked. So following the similar concept, I went to Dollar Tree, Dollar General yesterday, and I collected a few makeup items that I thought would be great to try on and share with you. So the first thing that I picked up are these makeup wipes. These are the retinol makeup cleansing wipes, and you get 30 wipes for $1, which is not a bad deal at all. And one wipe is like this big, which is the same as a regular wipe that you might get from Neutrogena or Equate or Olay or any of those brands. And I did use this before I started my makeup to wipe off some makeup that I had from a previous video, and I think this did pretty well, so this one gets a thumbs up. So the next thing that I got is this Skin Nutritious
with green tea extract, vitamin B3 and vitamin C, age-defy, dark circle and puffiness
serum. So as you know, I use my Garnier Anti-Puffiness Eye Roll-On. So this is a similar concept. You have this rollerball thing on one end, and then inside you have like a cooling gel serum type of product. So what I like to do is, like early in the morning, because I like to sleep in, my eyes don't have the time to depuff, I like to take this, and before I apply my moisturizer or anything on my face, so I like to take this kind of product like right under my eyes to just depuff them quickly. And I must say, this one does feel really cooling and really soothing. Now one problem that I see with this product is while I'm using it, I have to rub it on the back of my hand, like to get the product going. Hello? Yeah. So I mean, that's really annoying. Like if in the morning I'm in a hurry and I need this to depuff my eyes quickly, I don't have the time to like rub it on the back of my hand and get it going. So this one would get a thumbs down. Alright, so the next thing that I picked up is this LA Colors liquid makeup. I believe it's a foundation because it doesn't say so anywhere on the packaging. And I got this in the shade Tan. Let me just take this on the back of my hand like I usually do for any of my foundations. Now right off the bat, I see that this product is not really doing anything. I mean, it feels like it's been diluted. It's not giving like even 10% of coverage. It's not covering anything. The product is basically just moving around. It's so watered down that yeah, it's a dud. It's a big dud for me. So this one definitely gets a big thumbs down for me. Now the next thing that I picked up is this flower makeup brush organizer. I mean, yeah, it won't hold a lot of brushes, but I think this will be really helpful when I'm sitting here and making a makeup video when I don't want all of my brushes to be like sitting out, you know. Like, you know, I can just place the brushes that I would definitely be using during a video and not have all of them sitting here, if that makes sense. The next thing that I picked up is this cosmetic case. I really liked how cute, pink and corally it was. Now I have a habit of collecting pouches, and they don't necessarily hold anything. They'll be just sitting in a drawer, but I really like to collect, you know, makeup pouches or jewelry pouches or anything of that sort. So I also picked up a few makeup brushes. This one's the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It will be amazing to blend out my foundation or concealer. The next one is a small tapered brush, and this would be really helpful in applying highlight or to apply some loose powder to set my under eye concealer. And the next one that I got is this Wet n Wild small eyeshadow brush. I like this because it has like a flat end and it'd be really good to really pack in the eyeshadow on my lid, so that's why I picked these up. Let me just go ahead and place them in my new fancy brush holder. This one's too big. Now the next thing that I got are these eye/brow pencils, and they also come with a sharpener. Now I'm not really a big fan of pencils that need to be sharpened. I really appreciate when companies give you eyeliner pencils that are retractable. I mean, that's a real big lifesaver for me. Just for the heck of it, I picked these up in the dark brown shade. Now both of these say eyeliner/brow pencil. I guess you could use either for anything. So I'm going to use this one to define and fill in my brows. And because now it's like pointed on top, it becomes really easy to draw that thin hair-like strokes, but I wonder what will happen when this becomes blunt and thick. I don't want to be drawing thick hairs on my brows. And I did really like that pencil to fill in and define my brows, so I would give this pencil a thumbs up. But I still need to try this as an eyeliner, so this is a halfway thumbs up for me. So the next thing is eyeshadow, and I picked up these two trios from LA Color. This one's called Lotus, and it's got really nice pops of color. It's got a nice emerald green, a royal blue, and a golden shade. And the next one is called Water Lily. It's got these shades that would create really nice everyday eye looks. It has a nice golden shade, a purpley mauve color, and this champagne color, which I think would work great as a highlight. I also picked up a tiny palette also from LA Colors. It's the 12 eyeshadow palette, and it's called Chic. They had like 4 varieties of this particular palette, so I just decided to give this one a try. It had really nice shades to create like variations of smoky eyes, so I thought why not give it a try. But today I'm going to use the Water Lily Trio to do my eyes, so let's jump into it. Okay, next I'm taking this golden shade on my finger and I'm popping it right on the center of my eyes. So I must say I wasn't really expecting this trio to perform as good as it did. I mean, for $1, I didn't expect it to give a good amount of color payoff, but this one would definitely get a thumbs up. Now since we're already trying out these trios from LA Colors, I'm going to jump in or rather swatch this other trio called Lotus. Now these definitely swatch really well. They have good amount of color payoff and pigmentation, and if they do perform as well as the other trio did, both of these trios would definitely get a big thumbs up from me. I am using the retinol makeup wipe that I got from Dollar Tree, and yeah, tested out well. So next I'm going to line my upper lashes using the other eyeliner pencil from LA Colors. No pigmentation or anything yet. I mean, this is quite pointed. No, this one definitely doesn't work as an eyeliner. It did work great as an eyebrow pencil, so this one still gets a half thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle. Neutral thumbs for me. I also got a Wet n Wild mascara. This is the Full Healthy Lashes in very black. I literally am embarrassed when I'm looking at myself applying mascara while editing, and I'm like, I should not have made a face like that. How do girls make pretty faces when they're applying mascara? Like, I can never do that. So this mascara did a really good job. I really liked the formula. It wasn't too thick or runny. I like it just the way it is. The wand was really good too, you know, your traditional mascara wand. And I must say it did a good job in separating my lashes and really coating them well, and they are holding a nice curl to them. And if this doesn't flake or like disappear from my eyelashes, I think this would definitely deserve a thumbs up. And two of the final things that I got are these lip products Both of these are from ELF, and one is a lip stain, the other one's a lip lacquer. So this is the lip stain. You open this up and it looks like your marker or Sharpie sort of. Oh my god, this does apply like a marker. I am confused. What? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. It looks really bizarre. I've never tried a product that looks like a marker and applies like a Sharpie. No. I'm not using this. I mean, it is holding its ground. It's not giving up easily. So I'm going to use the lip lacquer, also from ELF. That, oh my god, that left a weird taste on my mouth. That was disgusting, guys. Disgusting. So after trying the disgusting lip stain from ELF, never even gonna look at that, I'm gonna use the lip lacquer, which is in the shade Burgundy. Smells really bad. Really bad. I'm gonna swatch this first on the back of my hand. It smells really chemically. Do I even want to give this a try? I'm gonna suck it in and I'm gonna try this lip lacquer, okay? I really like the shade, I really like the color, but I'm not a fan of the smell, number one. And it's not even drying down. I mean, I'm not gonna go around town with like a wet lip. Both the lip products from ELF get a big thumbs down. The last thing that I got is this eye mask thing. It's got these gel beads in it and it's supposed to reduce puffiness around your eyes and things like that. And you know what a big fan I am of products that reduce the puffiness under my eyes. And wow, this feels so good. I look like some superhero, right? This one would definitely get a thumbs up. So that was it, guys. This was my first impression slash haul on $1 makeup products. Let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoy watching videos like these, and I'll make sure that I hit Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar and stores like these more often. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. And on that note, take good care of yourselves and I shall see you in my next one. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to SHRADYSSTYLE. I hope you're all having a great day and thank you so much for joining me. If you're someone new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shraddha and this is my channel SHRADYSSTYLE. Here I share with you a lot of makeup tutorials, my tips and tricks for makeup. So I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below. And I've also noticed that a lot of you are not getting notified when I upload a new video. So make sure you hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. Now, makeup is really personal to everyone. Some people love makeup and some people hate it. If you like it, have fun with it. And if you don't, just don't. And there are no rules when it comes to makeup. You can pair whatever lipstick with whatever eyeshadow with whatever blush you want in the world. The world is yours and you get to choose what to do in it. But there are certain things, certain techniques that you need to follow to get that flawless look each and every time. And I am here to discuss that with you. So the first thing that I like to do before doing any makeup is to actually clean my face with an astringent, which takes off any makeup residue that I might have on my face from the previous day or previous night when I wore some makeup. This also works as an amazing toner because it has that sort of tingly feel to it, so it feels really good. Today I'm going to do like the half and half of do's and don'ts of makeup. So I'm not actually cleaning this half of my face because this is the don't side of makeup. So the next thing is moisturizing. It is so important to moisturize and hydrate your face before applying all of that layers of makeup, because you want your skin to breathe and feel good under all that layer of makeup. So like every time I'm going to use my coconut hydrating spray. By the way, do you like my Mickey ears? I got it when I went to Disneyland for my birthday this year. And by the way, if you haven't watched my Miami video, I will link it somewhere on the screen so you can go and check it out. So as you notice, I did not hydrate this side of my face, but I am going to apply moisturizer to my entire face because that's how I roll, baby. So taking my Neutrogena oil-free moisture, I'm going to moisturize my entire face and neck. So the next thing that I'm going to use is a primer, and a primer is so important, and I'm using the e.l.f. hydrating primer because a little more hydration didn't hurt anyone. I'm not applying any primer on the other half of my face because that is the bad side. And what a primer does is it really builds like this smooth base for your foundation and concealer to lay on, and any product you apply on it really clings to your face and it makes all your pores disappear and everything looks gorgeous. Next, it's time for foundation, and I know how hard it can be to find a foundation that exactly matches your skin tone. So you really want to go to the store and then swatch a few foundation shades out there and then really decide for yourself which one suits your skin well. And I like to use the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. Now this is slightly pricey, that is why I chose to go to the store, swatch a bunch of shades, try it on my face, and then really go for the shade that was best for my skin tone, which is medium 62 warm. So on this good side, I'm taking my time and blending my foundation right into my skin to give me that airbrushed finished look. And the most important thing is to actually blend your foundation right into your hairline, because your hairline sort of has a lighter shade than your actual facial skin tone, so you want all of it to look as one. So for this other side of my face, I'm using a stippling brush, and then I'm going to blend this into my skin really badly. You don't really want to use a stippling brush because, you know, these bristles aren't that dense and they have too much movement. You don't want that much movement to your brush. This has left my foundation really streaky. So the next thing is concealer, and you want your concealer to be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. So I'm taking this light sample from Stila and I'm using this as a concealer, and this is definitely really light for my skin tone, so I'm gonna look like a freak. And I've applied this in the usual places that I apply my concealer anyways. So now I'm gonna go in with the same stippling brush, which we know is not the best thing to blend out your foundation or concealer, and we're gonna work with this. And on the other side, which is the good side of my face, I'm using my trusty Tarte Shape Tape, and this is not too light for me. It's in the shade medium, so it solves the purpose of brightening and concealing for me at the same time. And for this, you know, I like to blend it with my damp beauty blender to get that nice airbrushed finish. Now you see, I'm really bouncing my beauty blender on my face and not really dragging it, and that is what gives you that smooth finish that you're looking for, and it doesn't leave your foundation or your concealer streaky. So you see, this is the difference that a concealer 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone and one that is really light for your skin tone makes. Next, I'm going in with my loose powder to set my concealer, and I'm not going to do that on the other side. And applying loose powder on your concealer really helps to melt that into your skin and set it and seal it in place. And I'm not even going to bother to set my concealer on the other side because, you know, I look crazy anyways. So just to check in after doing all the face work. So we did not blend this side of our foundation in the hairline. We did not apply it on our neck, but this side we're trying to match the shade of our neck with our face, and we're also blending it right into the hairline so you can see what a difference these techniques can make. Now we're moving on to eyes, and I always like to use an eyeshadow primer before I apply any eyeshadow on my eyelids, just because it neutralizes all the veins and the discoloration that your eyelids might have, and the eyeshadows really, you know, show up in their true color if you apply an eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer. So I want to apply an eyeshadow primer on this eyelid and leave the other one as is. Today for my eyes, I'm using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition palette, and I'm taking the shade called Bay to set my primer on my eyelids. So I'm now starting with a transition shade called Sandalwood, and I'm putting it in my crease. You really want to use a soft hand and windshield wiper motions while working on your crease. But on the other side, we're directly going to go with the shade that we want to apply on our eyelids. So I'm going with this shade called Cocoa, and I'm not going to blend it really well. I'm not going to use circular blending motions. I'm just going to go for it. But on the other side, I'm taking the same shade, but I'm really taking my time to blend it nicely on this outer third of my eye. For the purpose of this video, I'm really going for a very natural look. I'm not going to use tons of shadows. I'm not going to layer it on each other. I'm just showing you different techniques that can really up your eyeshadow game. Next, I'm going to apply some eyeshadow on my brow bone. So on this Don't side, I'm going for a really flashy color, like in your face shade. I'm using this 24K shade from this palette. You see that? You don't even need to introduce yourself if you're going for a party. The moment you enter the room, this will shout that you've arrived. But on this other side, I'm going to take this shade called Moon Dust, and I'm going to apply it on my brow bone ever so slightly. So on this side, we want to intensify things, right? I want it to go for a nice smoky look. And I don't care about blending eyeshadows. So I'm taking this black truffle shade from the same palette, and I'm going to apply that on this eyelid. And we know there's going to be no blending here. I cannot tell you how many times it has happened that here I'm trying to create a nice beautiful wing liner, but I have to go in again and again and again till my wing becomes equal to the width of my eyelid. So I like to take my Curvitude eyeliner from Maybelline. It is so easy and simple to create a wing liner using this eyeliner. But on this side, who cares? We're going to create a nice thick wing which is the same width as our eyelid. And normally you would wait for your liquid liner to dry so that it doesn't transfer, but who cares? I am guilty of doing this, and I've done it so many times, and I have shown it here on my videos, so I am really sorry that I was misleading you, misguiding you. In fact, I am guilty of overfilling my brows. I learned it the hard way, but hey, I learned it. So I'm going in with my Maybelline Brow Define and really elegantly and gently defining and filling in my brows. Now this side, I'm going to do my brows like I used to do it back in the day. So let's bring in back the old Shraddha and overfill and overdefine our brows. Oh my god, I feel so bad for using this product, for doing this to my eyebrows. I mean, this is my favorite brow product, and I'm sort of wasting it doing this to myself. But hey, it's all for the purpose of teaching and sharing my tips. So it's all fine. We're friends here. Now moving on to the lower lash line, I like to line my waterline with this L'Oreal Silkissime Gel Eyeliner Pencil. And you really want the eyeliner to just define your eyes. You don't want to overdo it. And I am going to show you how to overdo it. Trust me. So whenever I'm doing my waterline and I have like this full face of makeup, I like to use like this puff thing to hold it under my eyes. Just because I don't want my fingers to smear into my concealer or foundation and spoil all the hard work that we did. Now for the other eye, I'm taking the same L'Oreal Silkissime Eye Pencil and really going in on my waterline and my lower lash line. Of course, I'm not going to hold my under eye with this puff because who cares about the foundation and concealer that we applied here. Next, we're going to bring some color and definition to our face. So I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty Matte Stick in the shade Truffle and chisel those cheekbones. And you really want to blend all the contouring and chiseling that you've done so that you have no harsh lines and everything looks seamless. Now on the other side, I'm again using the Fenty Beauty Matte Stick and I'm going to chisel my cheekbones like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm not going to blend it as well as I did on the other side. Always remember, less is more. Start off with a small amount so that you can always go back and build up the color that you want. But with this, there is no going back. Once you've chiseled out those cheekbones, you want to set that cream contour with a powdered contour. So I'm using the Wet n Wild Contour Duo. So I'm taking this shimmery bronzer shade from the Kali Bible palette. So we are setting the contour that we applied before. Now for blush, since I'm going for a really natural looking look, I'm using this Maybelline Master Highlight and really concentrate it right on the apples of my cheek. Now what should you not do with blushes? If you're going for a dark smoky eye, you really want to keep the rest of your face sort of neutral or nudish. So you want to go for a lighter, natural looking blush so that you don't look overpowering with your makeup. I'm going to use this pink shade from my Makeup Revolution palette, and even if you are using like a bright blush, you want to go really easy on it so that not everything on your face is really screaming out for attention. And for highlight, now I know a lot of people like those really bright, in your face, blinding highlights, but if you want like a natural-ish look, you don't want to go really heavy on the highlight. So I'm going to use this highlight shade from the Kali Bible palette. So really taking a little bit of that and then tapping off the excess and applying it to the highest points of my face. And for the other side, I'm going in with this ice cold shade from the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm really going to load up my brush and really go for it with the highlighter. So for eyelashes, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So if you have a problem with your mascara making your eyelashes really heavy and they tend to droop, you always want to curl them first before you apply your mascara. So I'm actually going to apply the same mascara on these lashes as well, but I'm not going to curl them beforehand. And I'm not going to wait for these upper lashes to dry because what else could go wrong? So the next thing is lipstick, and it's really a personal choice of the lipstick shade that you want to go for. So for this half of my face, I'm actually going for a really nude pinkish shade. And for the other side, I'm going for a really bright and out there shade. I want the attention to be on everything. And the last thing that I like to do is set all my makeup with a setting spray. And this is a matte setting spray. I don't want my setting sprays to have shimmer or glimmer on it because, you know, if I've made an effort to make my eye look matte, I don't want to make it shimmery by using a shimmer setting spray. So I'm just going to set this half of my face using my setting spray. We don't really care about this makeup. So I hope you enjoyed watching this crazy, fun, weird video and maybe learned a thing or two. And also if you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful, gorgeous face right here, please hit the thumbs up and take good care of yourselves, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye!